Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Bill O'Reilly, and thank you for coming out to the Laugh Factory for this, the fourth and final presidential debate. This debate will be in the standard comedy roast format. There will be no questions. Each candidate will have up to 8 minutes to address everyone else on stage and rip them all to pieces for your sadistic enjoyment. Does that sound good? If at any point you wish to laugh or applaud, I encourage this behavior because unlike the other debate moderators, I can take it because I'm not a big fucking pussy, Anderson Cooper! Fuck him! As you're probably aware, I was chosen to moderate this roast because of my long-standing commitment to journalistic objectivity and not including my own opinions in my reporting, which is why tonight I would like to officially designate the Laugh Factory as a part of the no-spin zone. No motherfuckers that come up on stage tonight will try to give you some spin. I will fucking end them! Save money on buying a coffin. There will be no body. I will vaporize you. I'm sorry. Sometimes a shadow falls over me, and all I see is darkness. And my mind just goes blank. It's okay, though. I saw a doctor about it, and he diagnosed it as great television. As I'm sure you're aware of at this point, the show is not going to be for the faint of heart. Our roasters will be offensive. Jesus Christ, we asked a comedian to write as Donald Trump, so you can imagine what that's going to be like. You will hear foul language, words like Benghazi, or pussy grabber, or hashtag secret Michelle Obama fisting video, which you definitely do not want to go home and search for on BillO'Reilly.com. Wink. Consider that a fair warning. After the show, I don't want any of you bleeding hearts coming up to me and complaining, oh, I hurt your PC sensibilities. If you don't shut the fuck up, I will hurt your being kicked in the fucking dick sensibilities. I will punch you in the kidneys so hard you will piss blood. That said, I'd also like you to know that we're going to keep everything very fair and balanced up here tonight. With no further ado, let's bring up your roasting panel. Does that sound good? Your first roaster is a socialist piece of shit who constantly looks like he fell asleep in his clothes the night before and had to get ready in a hurry. Ladies and gentlemen, Senator Bernie Sanders. The Hunchback of Vermont, ladies and gentlemen. Your next roaster is proof of the old saying that behind every great man is a woman who looks like she could beat the shit out of him like a fucking Amazonian river goddess. Give it up for Michelle Obama. Keeping it tight, Michelle. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Your next roaster is what passes for diversity in the Republican Party. Give it up for the whitest Latino I have ever seen, Senator Ted Cruz. That behind every great man is a woman that barely speaks English and is young enough to be his daughter, Melania Trump. Got that beauty queen wave down. Your next roaster was Prime Minister of Russia, and then President of Russia, and then Prime Minister of Russia again, and then President of Russia again, which must mean he's extremely popular, Vladimir Putin. If you're in the crowd, please do not share any national secrets with Mr. Putin in the room. You might recognize your next roaster from the live-action Flintstones movie, where she played John Goodman. Give it up for Rosie O'Donnell. And finally, your last panelist, proof that behind every great man is a woman who will ignore every single awful thing about him in her blind lust for power. Hillary Clinton, everyone. Yeah, soak up that applause, Hillary. You're gonna need it when you're crying into your beer in 2 days. And now, to introduce the man of the hour.
Wait!
What the fuck is this?
Wait!
Who the fuck are you?
Forgot me.
Who?
Gary Johnson.
Gary, that sounds like a made-up name. Are you bullshitting me, Gary Johnson? That's not a presidential name. I don't know who the fuck that guy is. Gary Johnson, everybody. And now, before I was so rudely interrupted by the liberal media thought police, back to the man of the hour. He's like if an Oompa Loompa was a successful businessman, except he wasn't really a successful businessman. He just let people go on thinking that about him and never corrected them. The real bad guy of Home Alone 2, ladies and gentlemen, Donald Trump. Drinking the shittiest scotch he could find. Settle down. Let's get this thing started. Bernie Sanders is here. The only fish fan to ever become a productive member of society. You fucking pinko hippie shit! It's good to know that big hacky sack has lobbyists in Washington. Ben and Jerry fucking sucks! Fuck you! Bernie Sanders was the mayor of Burlington, Vermont, which was a real shithole before he got a hold of it, and it's still a shithole today. So all those coat factories didn't do a goddamn thing. The problem with Bernie Sanders is that the American people don't want to hear about income inequality. It's too complicated. They don't understand it. We want concrete issues like walls and pussy. And whether or not we're legally allowed to round up people that are different from us and then kill their families. Democratic socialism is a joke, so I expect him to be super funny. Bernie Sanders, everybody.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bill O'Reilly, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for your host. One thing I love about Bill O'Reilly is that he never loses custody of his children. I mean his sense of humor. Ladies and gentlemen, it's so good to be addressing the American people again. Before I get too far into my set, I want to make something very clear. My accent is going to fluctuate wildly between Al Pacino in the movie Heat and the principal from Beavis and Butthead. But that's fine. That's okay. I gotta admit, it was a little hard to accept that I was not the final nominee for the Democratic candidacy for president. But whenever I go through hard times, I like to remember something that my close personal friend, Martin Luther King Jr., said to me when we were sharing a jail cell together in Birmingham, Alabama. I'll never forget. He looked right at me and he said, "Kanye West is actually pretty annoying. Don't tell any white people I said that." And it brings a tear to my eye to this day. But you know, maybe that's my fault. Maybe I should have played the game a little more. I never sucked up to Wall Street, to the big business fat cats. Funny story, the other day, I was walking down the street, minding my own business, and the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, angrily masturbated directly at me, just right at me. You know how hard it is to get entrepreneur jism out of a JCPenney suit? It's very difficult, very difficult. But what a tremendous dais we have assembled here. Ted Cruz is here, ladies and gentlemen. Ted Cruz. Yeah, that sounds about right. I was led to believe by every television broadcast ever that Ted Cruz did not look like the wacky dad from an Al Jazeera sitcom. So I'm gonna have to scribble some of my jokes out. It's gonna affect my set. God, but remember the good old days? Remember when we found out that Ted Cruz bought a whole bunch of soup on his wedding day? Just like 100 cans of soup? And then we were all like, that's probably about as weird as this election's gonna get. Remember that? Yeah, those were good times. How is this booger-toothed jizz mop the best thing the Republican establishment could throw at Donald Trump? How is that fucking Ted Cruz, Chris Christie, Jeb Bush? Are you against gay marriage and having a chin? What the fuck's happening? I don't get it. Michelle Obama is here, ladies and gentlemen. Michelle Obama. I tell you, this woman, her and her family have faced so much adversity, and she has handled it with so much dignity and grace. It's truly inspiring, and I want to share something with you because I know it's just going to get more difficult as your husband's presidency expires, and I want to share with you some words that Rosa Parks shared to me as we were eating. We were in a sushi restaurant in Sarasota, Florida, and I'll never forget. She looked right at me and she said, "Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, I call this story the tale of the phone police." And that's as true today as it was then. That was for 5 people, because it totally makes sense for Bernie Sanders to make SNCC references. Trump's wife, Matador Labia Trump, is here. It's good to see you. Truly, you know, Matador Labia Trump, she is truly the Corey Feldman of this election. You know what I mean? You gotta laugh, because if you don't, it's super depressing. I want to thank Vladimir Putin for wearing a shirt tonight, because you're in your goddamn 60s, what the fuck? Vladimir Putin, this whole weird frenemy relationship you and Donald have, it's so weird. Oh, I don't know him, oh, he's my best friend, oh, we've never met. Putin and Trump are basically like Blair and Serena from Gossip Girl. You know, Trump gets mad that Putin slept with Nate, even though Nate was dating Trump at the time, so Trump sabotages Putin's application to Columbia University. But then later, when Putin's mother has Putin involuntarily committed to a rehab center because Putin overdosed on pills, but then it turned out Putin didn't actually take those pills on purpose. It was Juliet Sharp who drugged Putin to get revenge on Putin's mother for the time she had Juliet's brother locked up for statutory rape, who had Putin's back, Donald Trump. You see, Hillary, that's how you court the youth vote. You have to give a shit about the wacky bullshit that millennials care about, like Gossip Girl and hip-hop music and a living wage. Hillary Clinton, you look fantastic. You look, I'll let the Cat in the Hat know one of the things escaped. Look at you. You Goodwill Starfleet captain motherfucker, you. Look, I think Hillary is tremendously qualified to be president. It's just a shame that she has the likability of an abandoned Walden Books. I think I was pretty likable. Remember the time I befriended a bird? Just mid-speech, I befriended a bird? Yeah. Hillary couldn't befriend a bird if she douched with earthworms. That's a fact. But, by the way, again, I'm not super up on pop culture, but I was not aware Paula Poundstone was the lead singer of Talking Heads. That is news to me. In all seriousness, no, I think if one thing disqualifies Donald Trump from the presidency, it is his ongoing war with Rosie O'Donnell. It really is. Not because it's so misogynistic, but because he's spending time giving a fuck about Rosie O'Donnell. What is that about? What are you gonna be late for a state dinner because you got Twitter beef with Nelly Furtado? What are you doing? Oh, I'd love to come to the Israeli-Palestinian peace talks, but Jennifer Love Hewitt just called me a tangerine rape clown on Facebook, so I gotta deal with that. Is Eagle-Eyed Cherry gonna come out and do a tight five? What the fuck? How the fuck are you at war with the past and the future? How is that possible? Donald, I wanna say something to you, because I feel like it will mean more coming from me. Your hair is fucking ridiculous. It looks like the Great Gatsby's pubes up there. You're like prep school Star Fox. I don't know what the fuck you're trying to get away with. It's like one guy, good, very good. You're like if the movie The Devil's Advocate was a person. I mean, I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but if I'm at the library and I pick out a book and it says what Hitler jerks off to on the cover, I'm gonna put it back on the fucking shelf. Ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you find for many of you, you find Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton both equally reprehensible choices for the presidency. I understand that, but I want to urge you not to get disgruntled, and if you can't find a way to vote for either candidate, consider an alternative. Vote for a third-party candidate, like Gary Johnson. But that's enough hilarious jokes for me. I want to close by saying that America is as divided as it's ever been. But I'm hoping that after this election, we can reconcile and come back together as a nation. And I'm reminded of something that Frederick Douglass once said to me when we were playing Hungry Hungry Hippos on the roof of a Krispy Kreme. He said to me, I know something you don't know. And I got something to tell you. Wouldn't believe how many people straight doubted the flow. Most said that I was a failure. And now the same motherfuckers asking me for dough, and I'm yelling, I can't help you. Hey, Nelly, can we get tickets to the next show? Hell no. You for real. God bless you and God bless America. Thank you very much.
Bernie Sanders, everybody. Bernie Sanders. I don't know if you could tell, but Bernie was wearing flip-flops on stage. Like this is his fucking living room. Leaning on the podium like it's a walker. Get your photos with him after the show, because he's gonna die in his sleep tonight. Coming up next, we have Michelle Obama, known for the various programs she started while in the White House. She started the Let's Move campaign, which I understand, because if I lived in Chicago, I'd want to get the fuck out of here too. Let's move, all of us. She started the task force on child obesity, which sounds like a Chuck Norris film where he shoots fat kids. But look at her, the Obamas want to close that gun show loophole, but by the look of her arms, the gun show is still very much wide open. So toned. I'd jump on that shit immediately if I wasn't so ethically opposed to other races. I'm Bill O'Reilly, this is the No Spin Zone. You have 2 months left in the White House, so you better spend those last couple weeks getting that lame dick from that lame duck. Give it up for Michelle Obama.
Good evening, everyone. My husband couldn't make it tonight. He's actually out over on the north side of Chicago celebrating the World Series with the World Series baseball champs, the Cubs, so he's not here. And he only has a little bit of time left, and I said, don't worry about it, baby, I got this, so we're good. Okay, let's start. Bill O'Reilly, you quoted me a couple of months ago saying that the slaves that built the White House were well-fed. This is true, you said that. If the saying is true that you are what you eat, you look like you eat a lot of white privilege and soup out of Donald Trump's asshole. So, we got that out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna save her for last. Hillary. I'm with her. I'm with her. If that's my only choice, fine, fuck it, I guess I'm with her. I'm with her. Since we as a country have decided to be more PC, it should really be called I'm with them, since gender is fluid and your hair and your outfits really confuse me. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I really don't know what the hell is going on. Hillary and Barack are such good friends that she actually named him Super Predator. Hillary, I tried to, I sent you an email telling you not to wear that red suit. I don't know what happened to it. Thank you. Okay, Melania, I have a lot to say about you. First of all, I would like to quote Beyonce. You only stole my speech because I wasn't there. I called Donald Trump and he didn't care. That happened. I hope you continue with the weight loss initiative that I started when I was the first lady. I hope that you continue to push children to lose the weight. I hope that you start with the dead weight that you are carrying called your husband. I hope that you start there. You will be the first lady to not be the first lady. So, congratulations. Trump said, hashtag yes to all women, whether they said yes to him or not. He's grabbing pussies, people. Me and Melania have so much in common, as do our spouses. Melania's from a foreign country. Her parents are from a foreign country. Barack's family is from a foreign country. My family is from a foreign country. Unfortunately, we didn't want to be here, but we're from a foreign country. Also, her husband is from a foreign country. It's called the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka's. He's an Oompa Loompa. Let's see, we have Vladimir Putin here. First of all, I just want to say your hair looks like a condom. So we're gonna start there. I hear that Trump calls you baby bear. Is that keyword because you guys like to bareback ride each other? Is that what that means? No, you don't know? You guys are so close that you actually gave him all of your coloring. You gave him all of your coloring. Here in America, we call it a cum shot. Where you're from, they call it Russian dressing. Okay, so now we have Trump. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your pussies. He grabbing everybody. Okay. Okay, so Trump, you've been quoted saying, "Black people, what do you have to lose?" This coming from a person who has lost his motherfucking mind. I'm Michelle Obama. You guys have a great night.
Michelle Obama, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of weight loss initiatives, we have Ted Cruz coming up next. Did I step on your joke, Ted? I'll step on your fucking neck. Ted Cruz is here, a Canadian-born Latino man cosplaying as a Jewish grandfather. I had a burrito for dinner tonight, and now I've got more Latino in me than Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz, of course, pulling an Al Gore tonight and growing a big beard after getting the shit kicked out of him in the primaries. He went to Harvard Law School, where when he was a student, Alan Dershowitz called him off the charts brilliant, which finally gives us conclusive proof that Alan Dershowitz doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Ted Cruz has the face of a little forest elf, and every time he grins, I just want to kick the shit out of him. He looks like he should be doing a drag show based on Fern Gully. The Last Rainforest. Good! Fuck that shit. Ladies and gentlemen, the Zodiac Killer himself, Ted Cruz.
Thank you. Barack Obama is so black, about 50%. Okay. I wouldn't have sexual intercourse with Melania Trump with Vladimir Putin's genitalia, because I'm not sure how the logistics of that would work. Okay. Hey, Michelle Obama. Hillary Clinton called. She wants her former residence back. Okay. Oh, uh-huh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. I've just been informed that all my jokes do not just need to be true facts. So we will take it from there. Bill mentioned that I do have a beard now, and it's true. The truth is I'm trying different things to get my daughter to kiss me. And Donald, you know what that's like. Let's give it up for your host, Roastmaster Bill O'Reilly, everybody. Okay. He did lose custody of his daughter this year, or as Donald calls it, getting cock-blocked. And that's a reaction I'm comfortable with. Very happy that Rosie O'Donnell is here representing the LGBTQ community. Okay. Okay, we're having fun now, huh? All right. Rosie's first book was called Find Me. I assume her second book was called How Could You Miss Me? Everyone thinks it's great to have Michelle Obama arms, but no one thinks it's great that I have a Rosie O'Donnell dick. All right, having fun now, huh? Okay. Rosie is famous for the view, or as it's known when she sits in front of you at a movie theater, the obstructed view. Okay. Bernie Sanders is here, everybody. Can we give it up for Bernie, everybody? Bernie is a sweet guy. He really gives me hope. He does. But Bernie, I don't know how we're supposed to trust you when you look like Mick Foley playing Doc Brown from Back to the Future. Your campaign raised over $228 million, and apparently not 1 cent of it could go towards a comb. You look like a gargoyle from the TV show Gargoyles. And not the main gargoyle, one of the ancillary gargoyles. That's right, ancillary is a funny word. Michelle Obama's here. Michelle did carpool karaoke with James Corden. Michelle, I have an idea. Next time you do that, you should take Paul Walker's car. Melania Trump is here. Okay. Donald, you are like the Matthew McConaughey of politics. You know that? You get older, but your wives stay the same age. Alt-right, alt-right, alt-right. What's it like being married to someone whose favorite TV show is Ben 10? It's ironic, too, because a lot of the women Donald has fingered have been 10. Oh, no, you're right, I'm the bad guy. No, I'm sure he got involved with Miss Teen USA because he loves pageantry. Hillary was first lady, and now she's getting ready to be president. And, well, Donald is so afraid of his first ladies being president that he only dates immigrants and women under 35. But enough about Melania's IQ. Let's give it up for Hillary Clinton, everybody. She's here. Yeah. Hillary is a great politician for whom I have the utmost fear. She is basically the Beyonce of politics. Her husband cheated on her. Instead of making an album about it, she enacted a 20-year plan to take his fucking job. Hillary, only you could get away with being dressed like a priest on the Planet of the Apes. Hillary and Donald have a lot in common. Hillary is from Little Rock, Arkansas. Donald has a little cocky saw. Okay. We're having fun. You know, it's weird. No one's ever liked me before. People say that Donald Trump is the least qualified person ever to be a major presidential candidate. Those people have not heard of Gary Johnson. Gary Johnson knows less about politics than Donald Trump knows about consent. Gary Johnson knows less about politics than Rosie O'Donnell knows about the taste of semen. And by the way, do check out the Taste of Semen Festival in Grant Park in Chicago here. Gary Johnson knows less about politics than Melania Trump knows about being satisfied by a man. Who are you feeling bad for there? I don't know if you guys watch the Republican debates, but it was basically a documentary about 6 men who have never made a woman come. Including me. My wife Heidi says she has a clitoris. I take her word for it. I respect her privacy. In one of those debates, Donald insinuated that he had a big penis. But Donald, I think we all know that you're a birther, not a girther. Let's cut the groans out right now, huh? How about we laugh or get the fuck out? That's right, Ted Cruz is getting loose, baby. The Cruz is loose. I asked for them to leave a drink up here for me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is cheers to you guys. Beef and vegetable, Campbell's chunky soup. Love it every time. All right, now we're having fun, huh? Let's do this, huh? Hey, look at this motherfucker over here, huh? This dude looked like Honey, I Shrunk the Hands. Huh? Hey, you got a weird body, motherfucker. Who was your daddy, Mr. Tumnus? All right. No, we good. All right, we good. You look like you got into the machine from The Fly with a candy corn, motherfucker. All right. We good. Hillary, I don't know what you laughing about. You over here looking like a dog dick. Come on. Okay, all right. Now, you know what? We're having fun here. You know what? Now, Michelle Obama is here, okay? Now, do you guys ever notice how Michelle Obama does things a little differently than the rest of the first ladies, right? Like the rest of the first ladies, when they do a physical fitness program, they're like, oh, I'm the first lady, I'm doing a physical fitness program. But when Michelle Obama does a physical fitness program, she does it all cool and shit, like... Y'all don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. Now y'all ever notice how like when all the other first ladies go on break, they sit at their desk, they eat their cheese sandwich, they go to Camp David, drink their goddamn tea. But when Michelle Obama go on break, that's just what the fuck she do. She break, kick it. Y'all don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. You know, my wife Heidi came out to me the other day. She said, now Ted, what tastes better, pussy or Progresso soup? I said, Heidi, you know I ain't never had no Progresso soup. Kick it. Y'all don't understand. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. All right, hey, now Michelle will love this one. Okay, now everybody knows that there's two kinds of black people, right? There's black people, and then there's oh, what? Okay, all right, fair enough. I went too far, and I recognize that. You know what? Thank you for one clap. That technically counts as an applause break. You know what? They say that we only roast the ones we love, and this has truly been the exception. Thank you very much.
Bernie McDonald's, everybody. I'm glad you could find somebody to switch shifts with you at Radio Shack tonight to be here. We ready? We cool? Let's do it. Melania Trump is here, a Slovenian model. If you're unfamiliar with Slovenia, it's one of the countries that the communists fucked up in the 80s. She dropped out of college to be a model, which is exactly what Donald Trump looks for in a woman, just a hot, dumb bitch. If you see her in public, her face always looks very pinched, like she's constantly doing Kegels. And believe me, I'm as surprised as you are that Bill O'Reilly has heard of Kegels. Melania, you have a son named Barron, but I wish to God it was your womb that was barren. Ladies and gentlemen, Melania Trump.
Thank you very much. You have all been very kind to me, Donald, and our son Baron, who I am still breastfeeding because he likes the good stuff. We have so much fun, huh? Oh, I am so proud you choose my husband, Donald J. Trump, for this historic roast. And I can assure you, this is the first time I've opened my eyes since 2005, when I married that stump that looks like a kangaroo's ball sack filled with orange juice. Welcome to the roast, huh? Okay. Bill O'Reilly is here. Bill O'Reilly, you're like the racist uncle who yells about the black family that just moved in down the block while you ask your niece to watch you pee. Gary Johnson, hello, Gary Johnson is here. Gary, you are like the Michael Scott of this election. You want to eliminate taxes and the Department of Education. You sound like a whiny kid who wants to get rid of homework and bedtime, you fucking moron. Ted Cruz, hello. You crazy son of a bitch. Ted, your face looks like someone put a witch's nose on a pile of wet ham. So hideous. So hideous. Bernie Sanders is here. Bernie, you almost dead Jew. You come from a family of Polish immigrants, most of whom were killed in the Holocaust. They should have spent less time being socialist and more time finding Schindler's List. Yes? Yes? Vladimir Putin, hello. Thank you for always being there for Donald. The two of you have been so close ever since you met at Slytherin House. You and I are not so different, huh? We both have a penchant for human rights atrocities. You bombing Syrian refugees. Me allowing that bloated lizard to put his orange circus penis of a dick inside me. Michelle Obama is here, of course, the beautiful Michelle Obama. Mother to mother, I think we can talk, yes. I now realize that my time in this election will form the foundation for who my children will become, and how well Barack, Donald, and I manage this experience could truly make or break them. That is what Donald and I think about every day as we try to guide and protect our son through the challenges of this unusual life in the spotlight. It's okay, my love. How we urge them to ignore those who question their father's citizenship or faith. How we insist that the hateful language they hear from public figures on TV does not represent the true spirit of this country. How we explain that when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you don't stoop to their level. No, our motto is, when they go low, we go high. So sorry, something in my throat. Rosie O'Donnell. Well, the only thing tighter than my pussy is your grip on a hot dog, huh? Okay. Hillary Clinton is here, of course. Hillary, you and me are not so different either. We are both powerful women who married powerful men. Both of our husbands made it to the top. Both of our husbands cheated on us. And given the opportunity, both of our husbands would fuck my stepdaughter Ivanka. Donald, I love you. Please keep paying me to be your wife. You married me when I was 35, Marla when she was 30, and Ivana when she was 28. Plus, you screwed a 13-year-old. You should start calling your dick Benjamin Button. You look like a shellfish allergy. Fuck Joan Rivers' face. Thank you all so much. Give it up for Bill.
Melania Trump, ladies and gentlemen. I was really hoping she would address the burning question I have about Donald Trump, which, does his semen look like nacho cheese like I think it does? Does it taste like nacho cheese? Gary Johnson is here. I don't know what to say about him because I don't know who the fuck he is. Apparently, he's the libertarian candidate. If you don't know what a libertarian is, just imagine somebody who, when they fill out official forms, they list their religion as the Matrix. It's like if a trench coat could come to life and vote. Congratulations, Gary. You're not going to win, but maybe if you do well enough, they'll name a flavor of Doritos after you. Gary Johnson, everybody.
Keep it going for Bill O'Reilly, everybody, guys. Bill O'Reilly. I have to apologize here. Get out my glasses. Okay, here we are, the roast of Donald Trump. That's right. We got some famous people here. We got Vladimir Putin here. He's pretty famous guy. I like Vladimir Putin. He's the Prime Minister of Tanzania, from what I gather, right? I think that's how it goes. Pretty good. Vladimir Putin. More like better be putting that shirt back on. Vladimir, he likes to wrestle some bears. We are in Boys Town, so that shouldn't be too hard for you. It's like... All right, moving on. Ted Cruz, you shellless turtle-looking fuckboy. That's what you are. Ted Cruz hates Planned Parenthood. Makes sense considering he looks like an abortion that knows how to tie a Windsor. That's... Fucking asshole. Bernie Sanders is here. I know a lot of people like Bernie Sanders. He's a good guy. You guys know I feel the burn. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's good. Bernie Sanders, you number-crunching bag of trash. You talk more about numbers than a Chinese architect. You know what I mean? I shouldn't make fun of the Chinese. Dim sum good people. So. Bernie Sanders, you're the only asshole up here that wants to be president for the pay raise. That's you. That's right. You just want to get into the White House so you can upgrade from your twin-size mattress. That's all you're looking for. You're old as shit, Bernie. You're so old. The only reason that bird landed on your podium is because God, there was a corpse to scavenge. That's what that was. Hillary Clinton's here. Hillary, keep it going for Hillary. I'm with her. I'm not voting for me. I like to vote for winners. Hillary, man, you've had it rough. I mean, you might lose out on your dream job to a man that thinks eating taco bowls is a celebration of Hispanic culture. He really is grabbing you by the pussy. He really is. That's right. Hey, Putin, here's the real red square. All right, there we go. That's it. Hillary, one thing, actually, could you actually help me out? I hear you're pretty good with emails, and I can't remember my password at all, or any of my security questions. Do you know my mom's maiden name? Do you know that by any chance? I'd like to know that. I'm a dumb person. Okay. Rosie O'Donnell's here. I like Rosie O'Donnell. She's a good gal, right? Yeah. I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors, though. Rosie O'Donnell's got a real weird vagina. That's what I've heard, right? It's huge, as he would say. In fact, Rosie's pussy is so big that once sexually aroused, it becomes a second water supply during California droughts. That's what happens. That's right. That's some good water. Mm-hmm. It's actually sanctioned by maritime law as a trading canal. You guys know that? So. Go on to our man of the hour here, Trump. Oh, God damn you. Trump, your hair is crazy. Absolutely insane. If that's what the drapes look like, I don't want to see the carpet. That's what I'll say. God, your skin is weird. Just everything about you. You look like you killed Garfield and started wearing his skin, actually. That's what you... You look like a 10-day-old lasagna that got fucked by a pair of truck nuts. That's what you look like. You're like an orange, big-mouth Billy Bass whose song setting is hate speech. That's right. Anyway, you're supposed to roast the ones you love. I've got no love for you. Fuck you. Smoke weed every day, guys. Thanks.
Gary Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. If you would like to say hi to him after the show, he will be out front trying to bum cigarettes for people. It's free market capitalism in action. Love it. Coming up next, we have Vladimir Putin, the president/prime minister/president/prime minister of Russia. He's wearing that condom on his head because it makes him easier to lube up and shove up Donald Trump's asshole like a gerbil. You're like the most boring James Bond villain of all time. You're like Dr. Nah. You have all the personality of a saltine cracker. You're like Putin on the Ritz. You know what I'm talking about? Vladimir Putin, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. It is me, Vladimir Putin. My friends call me Vlad or Vladdy. Like, who's your Vladdy? Seriously, who's your Vladdy? I am. I'm your Vladdy. You can call me President Putin. Thank you. Hello. Bill O'Reilly. Bill O'Reilly has the no spin zone. In Russia, we also have no spin zone because spinning, like this spinning, it's kind of gay, no? It's sort of gay. You know what else is gay? The name Bill O'Reilly. Vladimir, do you know Bill O'Reilly? I mean, I shook his hand, but that's as far as it went. I don't want to get arrested in my own country. Melania, hello, привет. Melania is from Slovenia, or Slovenia is from Melania. I don't know, all these Eastern European names sound the same to me. Am I right, people? Slovenia, for those of you who are not knowledgeable about international geography, by which I mean Americans, Slovenia is like suburb of Russia. Is like Naperville, or actually more like Berwyn. It's kind of shitty. Russia has a lot of suburbs. It has like places that used to be part of Russia and now are suburbs, now want to be their own town. It's sort of like if Edison Park said, we don't want to be in Chicago, we want to be a town of Edison Park. And Rahm Emanuel was like, no, you can't be your own town. And they were like, we want to be our own town. He was like, I will send the police. And Edison Park was like, there are no black people, who would they shoot? That's right, I am aware of cultural and socio-political issues of other countries. You know, European shit. Ted Cruz, привет, hello. Ted said that on his honeymoon, he bought 100 cans of soup. What a show off. When I was little child growing up in St. Petersburg, we had 1 can of soup for an entire neighborhood. You know what flavor the soup was? Cream of nothing. It was bad soup. Bernie Sanders, some people. Bernie Sanders, I was in KGB for 16 years, and even I think you're a stinking commie. Some people don't like Bernie. They say he is left of Clinton. I think he is left of Stalin. He's left on everything. He's left on economy, on education, on defense. The only thing he's not left on is the ballot. Michelle Obama is here. People say I am bully. Michelle Obama is a bully. She says to little American children, stop eating deep-fried, cheese-covered candy. Get off your couch and run around and be fit and be healthy. No, American children, sit on your couch and eat all of the things and stay there and get nice and big and juicy and fat. And you may say, but Vladimir, why do you want next generation of Americans to be morbidly obese couch potatoes who can barely get up, let alone defend themselves? Oh, no reason. Maybe watch the movie Red Dawn. Just the first half. First half is best half. No Wolverines. I hate Wolverines. Oh, I'll get you Wolverine. I don't even like Hugh Jackman. That's how much I hate Wolverines. Hillary Clinton is here. Hillary and FBI say that I am trying to interfere with democratic election of United States. I am president. How could I do that? I am president of Russia. I do not know how democratic elections work. I am tired of all this talk of Russia hacking emails. It just makes me nostalgic for good old days when the only thing we hacked was CIA agents to death with an ice pick, and then we dumped them in the Elbe. Oh, I'm getting teary just thinking about it. For last time, I am not leaking emails. Hillary is 68-year-old woman. If anyone is leaking, it's her. Where? There's a bear over there. Okay, everybody remain calm. Somehow a bear has got into. It's okay, everybody. Bear is dead. Also, is official position of Russian government that we had no involvement in death of Bear. Bear was dead when I got here. Maybe it was Ukrainians. I'm not sure. Lastly, Donald Trump. Hello, Donald Trump. Donald says that I have called him genius. Did not call him genius. I misquoted. I called him flamboyant. Even that was misquote. I said flamboyant. Flame like your head literally looks like it's always on fire, and buoyant like a floating piece of shit. You're like a floating piece of shit that is somehow also on fire. These glasses are not because I can't see, I'm just protecting you from my piercing gaze. Also in Russia, we are frequently piercing gaze. Literally just thought of that. Donald doesn't like journalists. He makes fun of disabled journalists. He is threatening to curtail libel laws and to sue any journalist he doesn't like. In other words, I like your style. Donald insists that he has no connections to former members of the communist government. Yet every time he's on television, he's literally wearing red ties. Better joke than you gave it. Donald, I like you very much. I'll tell you just how much on the next check. Thank you very much.
Vladimir Putin, everyone. Taking that bear down like he's part of the UFC. That's right. An ultra fucking cliche. In Soviet Russia, jokes tell you. Rosie O'Donnell is here. I'm not sure why exactly. Donald Trump once called her a fat pig, and I don't understand the controversy there. That's the most factual thing Donald Trump has ever said. Rosie O'Donnell was known for the Rosie O'Donnell Show in the 90s, where she popularized throwing koosh balls into the crowd. You remember koosh balls? They were those balls in the 90s that fucking sucked. It's not a ball, it doesn't bounce. Fuck you. She was voted the most annoying celebrity of all time by Parade magazine. Which is ironic because Parade magazine is that annoying thing that falls out of your newspaper that's not coupons on Sunday. Fuck Parade magazine. I have a vendetta. Rosie O'Donnell played Golly in the film Harriet the Spy, which is fitting because golly is what people say when they see her naked. Give it up for Rosie O'Donnell.
Fuck you, Donald! I just want to say I'm upset that someone took away the bear. I was gonna eat that for dinner later. I'm from Long Island. Fuck you. I'm getting to you later. Okay. Hey, did you guys know that Bill O'Reilly's famous "Fuck It, We'll Do It Live" meltdown was actually in reference to the time he tried to bang a stripper's dead body? But it turns out she wasn't dead, she was just sleeping. Fuck it, we'll do it live! Vladimir Putin has so many journalists killed, you would think that they were trying to publish his personal diary. Dear diary, it's me, Vladimir Putin. I'm gay. Hey Vlad, life hack, be gay. Love Rosie, it's more fun anyway. Cowabunga, okay. Melania Trump, someone please get her help. Unplug her battery charger from Trump Tower and get her out of that abusive relationship. That's what I gotta say. All right. Ted Cruz, definitely the Zodiac Killer, because did you know that if you spell Ted Cruz as the Zodiac Killer backwards, it reads, his face looks like a wet bag of dead people's cum. Ted Cruz is clearly the Zodiac Killer because his face is as lifeless as the dead skin mask Buffalo Bill wears in Silence of the Lambs. Hillary Clinton's favorite movie. Michelle Obama is so obsessed with eliminating childhood obesity from public schools in the US, you would think that Barack has a thing for chubby chicks. Hey, Obama! I'm gay, but I can make a little room for a presidential pardon. You know what I'm talking about? Hey! You know what I'm talking about? All right, Bernie Sanders, Daddy, I miss you. Come back. That's all I got to say about that. All right, Hillary Clinton. More like I'm with her begrudgingly. What a shame that I have to waste my first vote for a woman president on a snake like you, Hillary. Thank you. Your attempts at appealing to people of color by claiming you always carry hot sauce in your purse, calling yourself America's abuela, and abusing the term on fleek countless times. These attempts are so embarrassingly white, Hillary. Even more embarrassingly white than Kid Rock's short-lived rap career. Anybody remember that? Sorry to break it to you, Whitey. A bottle of Listerine in your purse does not count as a bottle of hot sauce. And your old flappy vagina doesn't count as a purse either. Hillary Clinton is the opposite of a feminist icon. When victims from Bill Clinton's history of sexual abuse spoke out against their abuser, Hillary denigrated one of the victims by calling her trailer trash. Just want to put that out there. Hey, Hillary, what's more trailer trash, huh? Suffering from sexual violence at the hands of the most powerful man in the world, or making a private email account so you can send your titty pics to your cheating husband to get him to stop cheating on your abuela ass? All right. Got a lot of ideas about politics, baby. Hey, Donald Trump, fuck you. Yeah, Donald Trump and I, Rosie O'Donnell, it's me. Rosie O'Donnell, we've had a very famous ongoing feud for the past decade. Since 2006, this fucking piece of shit has referred to me as all sorts of terrible things: a woman out of control, a true loser, total train wreck, disgusting, slob, fat, ugly. Donald has called me fat countless of times. But you know what they say, Donald? The fatter the pussy, the easier it is to grab, baby. Lucky for you, I have very fat, low-hanging pussy lips for your little baby hands to easily grab. You guys remember when Trump on The View said, if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I would be dating her? So let's get into that, baby. All right. Does anyone remember Donald went on a Twitter rampage where he obsessed over Twilight's Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson's young romance? Anyone even remember this? Yeah, he tweeted, Robert Pattinson should not take back Kristen Stewart. She cheated on him like a dog and will do it again. Just watch. He can do much better. Wow. Looks like Donald wants to fuck Robert Pattinson so bad. You would think Robert Pattinson's his daughter. Okay. Family photo album's more like Trump's private child pornography collection, am I right? He wants to fuck his daughter. Donald wants to build a wall between the U.S. and Mexico, but how about building a wall between his bedroom and his daughter's nursery, am I right? Okay. Yeah, let's keep it going. Okay. The only illegal immigrant Trump should worry about are his sperms illegally immigrating through his daughter. Okay. All right, make America great again, more like make my daughter 16 again. Am I right? Okay. Trump's steaks failed because the only cold slabs of meat Donald knew how to handle were his daughter's cold underage labia. The guy's a rapist, everybody, okay? Trump keeps claiming that the election is rigged, but the only thing rigged in this election is the fuck swing he built for his fucking unborn daughter, am I right? In the 1960s and 70s, Trump management turned away thousands of potential African-American tenants from Trump Village in Coney Island, okay? The first time Donald Trump appeared in the New York Times happened under the headline, Major Landlord Accused of Anti-Black Bias in the City. By 1967, out of the 3,700 apartments in Trump Village, only 7 were occupied by African-American families. The other 3,693 apartments were all occupied by the fuck swings he built for his unborn daughter. Crooked Hillary, more like Donald's dick is crooked from mashing his Ken boner against the side of his daughter's wooden crib. Good night. Oh, we're a little bit upset. Can't wait for the national anthem to be, oh, say, can you see my daughter's diaper through her tights? I've officially alienated all of you. A few years ago, I suffered a pretty serious heart attack, and I wish it fucking killed me so I didn't have to live in Trump's America. If Trump gets elected this week, it will just be another white male racist rapist in power. So can't wait for everything to stay exactly relatively the same in this beautiful country we live in. Good night.
Rosie O'Donnell, everybody. Getting awfully factual up here, showcasing those hard-hitting journalism chops that she honed on The View. By the way, every time you said abuela, all I could think about was hot chocolate. Thank you. It's the only Mexican culture Bill O'Reilly enjoys from time to time. Coming up next, we have Hillary Clinton. I'm with her. The logo, of course, the famous logo. I feel like you probably could have done better than drawing an H on an I'm with stupid t-shirt, but you get what you get. Benghazi. I don't know what it means, but I'll keep saying it. It sounds like what Bernie Sanders is going to be wrapped in after he dies after the show tonight. How's he doing? He's Benghazi. He's a mummy now. The only thing I like about Hillary Clinton is that she was initially for the war in Iraq. It's too bad she's a woman, so her opinion did not matter at all. She's looking very good tonight, by the way. I'm surprised you haven't broken a heel tonight, stepping on all those people to get to the top. That joke doesn't make any sense, but it felt right. And that's what Bill O'Reilly's all about, feeling. You're a bitch, Hillary. The way I can tell is how you always respond to Donald Trump's dog whistle comments. Hillary Clinton, everybody.
So tired of smiling. Hi, I'm Hillary. President Clinton, if you're nasty. Or whatever makes me sound cool. Over the course of my 50-year political career, I have remained consistent and unwavering in trying to be whoever and whatever the hell you want me to be. And still you don't like me. Hi. Hi, I'm so tired. So long debating this creature. I don't know what you want. You all said we need female leaders, so I stepped up. You all said I should be less scripted, so I brought a notebook full of carefully color-coordinated, spontaneous things that I could do at any minute between 8:30 and 9:30 on Wednesdays. You all said be more approachable, so I changed my goddamn hair. You all said be strong, so I murdered like 4 people. I don't know what you want. Hi, random person. We look like we know each other, so I'm pointing at you. You know, from the beginning, people have told me that I wasn't relatable. So I married a political prop, and I pushed that moon-faced bitch right into the White House. But people say I was too soft on Bill. but he has been soft on me for the last like 5 years. Yeah. You know, no one told me that trying to have sex with a senior citizen would be like trying to keep a dog in a bathtub. Hell, I voted to get him impeached. And when I get into that Oval Office, I'm gonna get him back. Because I'm gonna make him eat me out till he gets that Michael Douglas cancer. Hi, okay. You know, how do people actually say, with a straight face, that they're torn between Donald Trump and myself? Torn. Really? Torn. We're the same. No difference. Exactly the same. Donald Trump is a villain. He's a lot like Lex Luthor, except for without the intelligence or the success in business or the courage to go bald. You know, being torn between Trump and me is like being torn between getting terminal cancer and a case of the crabs. Like, I might bother the fuck out of you, but you'll get over it. You'll get over it. You know, being torn between Trump and me is like being torn between someone farting in your face and taking a shit in your mouth. From one of those things, you will recover. You know, that's like being torn between being ignored by your bartender and having your bartender be Bill Cosby. I know. Watch those hands, Hill. Okay, no threatening hands. Got it. You know, it is really nice of Vladimir Putin to show up here tonight.
Wrong. You are not a friend of Vladimir Putin. Not one bit.
God damn it, Donald!
He's my friend.
Stop, Donald!
He's my friend. He's not your
Donald!
friend.
God damn it, Donald! He's not. God damn it, Donald! He's not supposed to like me. He's our enemy. How do you not get how this works? I bet Hitler wouldn't have liked me too good either. God damn it, Donald! Is this really the best the Republican Party can bring me? Watch it, Hill. 2 more days, Big Hill. You got this. Speaking of the Republican Party, I'd like to talk about how ugly Ted Cruz's beard is. But it's not right, because Heidi Cruz couldn't be here tonight. Don't you feel bad for Ted Cruz. No, don't you feel bad for Ted Cruz. Number 1, he doesn't wipe. We can see that. Number 1, but number 2, presidential politics has been one big circle jerk for hundreds of years. And now I'm in the locker room, and I'm playing grab-ass games, and I grab back. You see how shiny Ted's head is? That's not sweat. Right before this show, I drug my vag across his face. Just to keep him humble. It's called a slug trail. Also known as a carpetbagger. It's just a little something I'm bringing to the locker room. You know, I forgot to write jokes about Gary Johnson because I forgot about Gary Johnson. But I did not forget our amazing First Lady, Michelle Obama.
That's wrong. You and Michelle Obama are not
God
friends.
damn it,
She's
Donald!
a better friend to me than she is to you.
Donald, God damn it, Donald. God damn. Her husband and I were running against each other. We're supposed to say mean things. That's how it works. How do you still not get elections, Donald? God, and please stop telling me shitty things my friends say about me. God damn it, you're running for president, not class president, Regina George. Michelle Obama is my best friend. I love her. If she ever tries to come between me being the president again, I will Benghazi her ass, but I love her. And the exact same thing with my best friend, Bernie Sanders. Everybody loves Bernie Sanders. Yeah, that human drum circle. Yeah, Bernie says he's gonna make all of your student loans disappear. How? With what money? How, Bernie? By playing hacky sack and rubbing patchouli oil all over each other's balls? What money are you gonna use? If I'd have known you wanted to hear that, I would have said that to you. God, Bernie's not a visionary. He's preaching the same shit they were preaching in the 70s. Free love, let's all hold hands and take care of each other. Let's share everything, no consequences. And the only thing that changed in that decade is everyone got herpes. Not just those of us married to Bill Clinton. But no matter how you feel about me, if I win this thing, it's historic. You don't understand the time that you're living in. One day, I'm going to be on the money. And so is the black one. Yeah. And I love Melania Trump. I do. But the only way she will ever be on the money is when she steps on dollar bills dancing at the Admiral Theater in 5 years. You know, but in all fairness, Melania Trump is the most patriotic person on this stage. She loves America so much that she's willing to suck that thing's dick every night just to stay in this country. Give a round of applause for Melania Trump. Yes. Patrick Henry said, give me liberty or give me death. I think her choices are way more grim. They should quote Melania in high schools. It'd be like, give me liberty or give me... Melania Trump. Yeah. I mean, can you imagine his tiny hands curled around her head, his sweaty orange combed over pubes brushing against her forehead? Oh, say, can you see? No, she can't because there's cum in her eyes. You know, I don't know how she does it. Donald Trump makes my pussy so dry, George W. Bush just invaded it for oil. Donald Trump makes my pussy so dry, a grade school custodian would use it to cover up a kid's vomit. I'm sorry, I'll change the subject. I just got a new clothes dryer recently. It has 3 settings: dry, very dry, my pussy around Donald Trump. And that's the last one of those. You know, I will be remembered for being the first presidential female candidate. And Trump will be remembered as the first candidate to deny allegations of sexual assault made by himself. You gotta make a choice, Donald. You can't brag about rape and deny it. Which is it? You are useless and pointless. While you were firing people on reality TV, I was busy firing Osama bin Laden from life. Have you seen my reality show? It's called So You Think You're Qualified to Be President? Yes, I fucking do. You should be thanking God, Donald. God, you should be thanking God every night that I'm a woman. Because if I had a dick, I would shove it right in that tight little asshole you call a mouth. Oh, God, that's right. I would put my caucus right in your mouth, Donald. I'm going to bomb your mouth with these nuts. And unlike Syria, there will not be a safe zone. Yes, I'm going to Ken Bone you in the face, Donald. You're going to be my Monica, Donald. I'm going to stuff my rod and my ham in your mouth. I'm going to climb you like a wall and rape you like a Mexican. I'm going to fuck your mouth with my Gallup poll, and the results are in. I'm 100% going to love it. I'm going to explode in that tight-ass mouth like a bomb at a wedding in Yemen. I'm going to filibuster nut in your face. And then I'm going to watch it trumped up trickle down your chin. Because I'm Hillary goddamn Rodham Clinton, and that's how I roll.
Hillary Clinton, ladies and gentlemen. And keep it going for the rest of the roasting panel you saw tonight. We've reached the end of the show. It is time for the man of the hour to make his rebuttal. He's not going to accept the results of the election, so he definitely hasn't accepted all these jokes that have been told about him tonight. It's been a election full of controversy. I remember when we all saw that horrifying video where we all made the shocking realization that Access Hollywood was still on television. I'll never forgive you for making me think about Billy Bush, Donald Trump. He purses his face up like a duck that's about to tell you it's been a bad little boy. And I just assume that when we elect him president, he's going to show up to work every day in a tiny sailor suit, licking a big old lollipop. Ladies and gentlemen, Wang Dang Sweet Poontang, it's Donald J. Trump.
How about we give it up for our host tonight, Bill O'Reilly. Make some noise for Bill, please. Bill, you are a loud, outspoken racist who won't allow anyone to finish their sentences when you don't agree with them. And even despite these wonderful qualities, you still will be nowhere near becoming president at any point. Hillary's here. We've had an epic presidential race. We really have, Hillary. And if she's elected, she will make history. She will be the first guilty criminal president of the United States, who's also a very nasty woman. It's just a fact. Nasty. Hardly anyone brought up Benghazi tonight. I think it's still on all of our minds. It's almost as if there are two elephants in the room, because Rosie O'Donnell was already here. Seriously, folks, which number do you think is higher? The number of emails that Hillary Clinton has made disappear, or the number of eclairs that Rosie O'Donnell has made disappear? Which? Quiet. Hillary isn't polling very good right now. and she hasn't been very happy about how she's polled recently. Rosie, on the other hand, was very happy while eating a pulled pork sandwich recently. I have about 8 more on Rosie, so strap in. Rosie has actually been going around saying that her waist has gotten slimmer recently. But you folks know me, I'm not buying that. I've asked her to see the girth certificate. That deserves more. Bernie's here. Everyone loves Bernie Sanders. Give it up for Bernie, will you? Bernie, you're a real oddity. A Jew with zero influence on the political process. Strange, right? Hillary Clinton's been paid thousands of dollars to give speeches to Wall Street banks. Bernie Sanders looks like he does most of his banking at a Coinstar. I do admire Bernie, I really do. Bernie is the closest a hippie has gotten to the Oval Office without jumping the White House fence. My lovely wife, Melania Trump, everybody. Give it up for her. Give it up for her, you scum. If Melania becomes the First Lady, she has vowed to help eliminate cyberbullying on the internet. And if anyone criticizes that, I will tweet at you that you're a fat pig until you fucking kill yourselves. Do you understand? You've been warned. You've been warned. I've been thinking a lot about my marriage to Melania recently. And I've also been thinking that I'm such a lucky man, I really am, to, on a daily basis, get to look at someone with such a beautiful face, such a beautiful head of flowing hair, gorgeous stems, that's what I call legs. Beautiful legs. A real nice set of tits, too. I'm sorry to be vulgar, but a real nice ass. A real nice round ass. I get to look at that every day. And then when Ivanka leaves, I get to look at Melania. And she ain't half bad, you know, she's not a fat pig, I will say that. It's the nicest thing I've ever said to a woman, you are not a fat pig. Look, if any of this sounds like I'm saying that I want to fuck my daughters, because I do. And if you had daughters that looked like Ivanka, you'd want to fuck your daughters too. That's just the way it is. No one on this dais can relate to that. No, no. Chelsea Clinton is a 4 out of 10. We all know this. We all know this. Sasha Obama, a 5. And Malia's a 6 on her best day. Let's be honest, folks. This is just... The numbers don't lie. I have the numbers. Michelle Obama is here. I have a great deal of respect for Michelle Obama. I admire you, Michelle. You've worked very hard to solve childhood obesity. Give it up for that, folks. That's good. I'm with that. I hate fat kids. I really do. Fat kids, fat little pig kids, they grow into fat little pig adults, don't they? And then they start saying stupid shit like cutie patootie. And nobody likes that. I think I have one more on you in here, too. Fuck you. Did everyone see what Vladimir Putin did? He killed 3 journalists and the guy who cut him off in traffic on the way here. And he also had a really good set. My only criticism of my pal Vladimir is he doesn't do a good job handling his protesters back in Russia. And I tell you what, if there was a group of protesting punk rockers that came at me, I would just grab them right by the pussy riot, and that would be that. That'd be the end of that. Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is here. Ted, you are so unlikable and unelectable, you made me seem likable and electable, so thank you for that. I tell you what, folks, I'm going to leave you with this thought. Come Wednesday morning, you will all wake up, and I will be the next president-elect of the United States of America. Get used to it. I have to thank three people in particular for this opportunity. First off, I'd like to thank Ted Cruz for blowing it. He blew it. He blew it. He wasn't even close. Bernie, you blew it. A lot of people liked you, but you blew it, Bernie. You blew it. Hillary is currently still blowing it. She will not be president. And it's a real shame to think that they came that close to the presidency, and they all blew it. The last person to be that close to the presidency and blow it was Monica Lewinsky, but at least she got to do that in the White House. Am I closing on a blowjob joke? Yeah. You'll be seeing a lot more of me, folks, so drink it in.
Donald Trump, everyone. That feels very weird to say. That's been the roast of Donald Trump by character assassination. Guys, give it up for yourselves for coming. Give it up for the dais we have here. We have Danny Maupin as Gary Johnson, Kent Carney as Bernie Sanders, Brandi Denise as Michelle Obama, Andy Fleming as Ted Cruz, Alex Kumin as Melania Trump, Adam Burke as Vladimir Putin, Sarah Sherman as Rosie O'Donnell, Mandee McKelvey as Hillary Clinton, and Blake Burkhart as Donald Trump. Thank you, guys. We would like to thank our costume sponsors for the show, fantasy costumes that made Blake look amazing as Donald Trump. We also are doing the roast of Darth Vader here on December 4th, if you want to come back. And happy birthday to Danny Maupin over here. Gary Johnson. We are here every first Sunday of the month at 9 o'clock, guys. Thank you. Have a good night. Go vote.